everybody. It's time for Friday Feelings. Today's book is called Blackout by Rocco. It was published in 2011, and let's see what it has to teach us. It started out as a normal summer night. And then he said, tap, 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 cooking, playing in the bedroom. Inside, everyone was busy. Sorry, much too busy. Have you ever had that happen to you? Where you want to play so bad, but everybody in your house seems to be just so busy.
Yeah, that happens to me every single day.
And then the lights went out. All of them. Have you ever had that happen? Where you're in a storm and all of a sudden all the lights go off? And then I bet you did this. Or you yelled, Mom or Dad or somebody, adult in your room, in your house. Mom! And then what happens? Somebody comes and finds you with a flashlight. Nothing worked at all. You try all of it, like the TV doesn't work, the phones didn't work. It's just dark, just the flashlights. The city was dark and quiet. Get all that, just the flashlight there in the apartment. See what's gonna happen next. Sometimes it can be scary when all of a sudden it gets dark and you're not expecting it. So it's really nice when people find you and you can gather together. We huddled around the flashlights and candles. They made animal puppets with their shadow puppets. It's like the cat actually thought the dog was real, not just a shadow. Until it was too hot and sticky to sit inside. Can we go? Where would they go? So we went up, up, and up. Now they live in an apartment, so they can go upstairs to the rooftop. And found, so in this house, they lived in an apartment, so they could go up to the roof and see what was up on the roof and what they could see from there. So why don't you talk with your people who are reading your story to you about where you could go? Is it outside? Is it into, you have neighbors that you can be near maybe, or see in the street, 6 feet apart? They saw the lights. Because sometimes at night, maybe you can see the stars that have come out if the power has gone out and after the storm has settled a bit. And people. It was a big block party in the sky. Look, in this person's community, everybody else was on the rooftop too. And they were all experiencing the same thing. We waved to everyone and heard other sounds below. So even in our time like in COVID, where we can't necessarily get together with our neighbors, we can wave at them and we can hear what they're doing to play as well, or being outside. And we can be together even though we are apart. We are all experiencing this together, and just in different ways. So we went down and down and down. So they went from the roof and then they went down and down and down to the street. Come on, they were all together doing something. A party was going on there too. Look at all the fun ways to be community. Maybe right now we're missing some of these fun ways to be in community, and we're looking forward to just being a community together. We're having to be creative about that right now, don't we? But eventually we'll be able to play together and go get ice cream together and play in the park together. In some of our areas, we're already able to do that a little bit, to be together. And no one was busy at all. When the lights came back on, everything went back to normal. Look at how everybody went back on their phones and their computers and busy doing work. Turning the TV back on. And so what does she do? She saw the light switch.
What?
She saw the light switch. So everybody's going back together, and so she saw the light switch. You think she's gonna, maybe she's feeling left out again. Not everyone likes normal. I gotta go. Good idea, buddy. The end. What I like about the end of this book is even as things are starting to come back to our normal routines, like in the book, sometimes we miss having that special family time or having to be creative about how we connect with people. Maybe you've talked more to your cousins or your family members that live in a different place because you've had to be creative. What we can remember is sometimes it's good to put down the phone and turn off the TV and shut down our work and just be together, because God has gifted us with one another, and to take a little bit of time to slow down and realize all of the gifts that God has given us, of the people around us, and just being together sometimes is a wonderful, wonderful thing. I also want to remind us that God is the light in the darkness. And so when we are scared, when we are alone, when we don't know what's going to happen, God shines light into our lives and gives us hope and shows us the way. And part of the way is to be together, so other people can tell us how much we're loved and how important we are, and we can feel safe. That's one of the ways that God shows us that we are loved. So whether you are starting to see people again in your life and playing with a few friends, or you're still waiting for that, wherever you are, know that God gives you people, and we can be creative and we can be thankful, and God will be in that with us. So let us pray. Dear Jesus, thank you for keeping me safe. And when things change and we are scared, thank you for bringing our families and our friends together so that we can feel safe and we can also enjoy one another. Help us remember that we are gifts for one another and that being together is important. Help us stay safe as we start coming out and being with our neighbors and our friends and our families. Help us find ways to play and also be safe. And all God's children said, Amen. Thank you all. Have a good Friday.